OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Outcasted OC here. We're doing another episode now, just the two of us again, but this time it's very different. We are diving into our other niche subjects that we love to talk about on this podcast in pop culture. And what a great way to kick off a fun pop culture of the year. I think this is our first or second pop culture of this year, of 2025.
I think it might be the first one. Yeah.
It might be the first one, but we are going to be diving into Amazon's original series, Invincible, which is an incredible animated series that is near and dear to my heart. I've read the comics for years, and I'm super invested in Invincible's story and how it's been animated. And after poking and prodding Reese for long enough, he has finally sat down and binged quite a lot of it to talk on the pod with me about it. And yeah, we are going to dive into it. But first, just a couple of things. I would like to give a massive shout out to Courtney. It is wedding day for you. I hope you have the most amazing wedding and honeymoon time off.
Let's
can't
go.
wait to catch up with you soon and see all the amazing photos and whatever you decide to post about it. And also big shout out to G. Like, you know, she can't be with us on the pod at the moment, but she is still doing great things in the background for all of us. She made this amazing thumbnail, so we appreciate you as well. But yeah, let's dive in straight away. So after I kind of like poked and prodded you to finally sit down and watch it, are you happy you finally kind of just dived headfirst and not really had to watch it week by week like some of the fans have? You kind of had that binge content. Do you feel like binging is better?
So for me, like, I just want to start off by saying, like, this is like probably the first animated show I've ever watched, or anime show that I've ever watched. Really, it's like, especially this style of anime. Like, I've obviously like more like American style animation, like your typical like mainstream ones. But like, this is like one of the first ones that I've like properly deep dived into. And when I started watching it. You
watched Vox Machina as well, didn't you? Though.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That would be the only other one.
That took a lot of like poking and prodding.
Yeah, very much so.
It's just because, like, with me with anime, it's hard for me to get into it. It's a different genre that I'm not used to looking into. And I know it's a hard task, and like not a lot of people live up to that task, I suppose you can say. Some people just give up because they can't get used to how it looks. But I started watching it, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched it, I was like, I don't know if this is for me. But I thought I'd power through like an episode, and by the end of the episode, I was like, oh, actually, this is pretty cool. To be fair, like I've started to get really into it. If I was to describe it in one way, it'd be kind of like a mix of, like, obviously the old school like animated like Marvel and DC style mixed with the boys Diabolical. They're the two things that I would compare it to.
Yeah, I'm very much on the same front of like an animation. Like I watch a lot of anime and different animated things. So for me, the gore content and what they were already doing with the series, I was like, yo, I'm here for this. I already like it. But yeah, the animation style for me gives very old school Justice League, like that whole big groups being together and that kind of old school 90s animation style, but more modernized. And then, as you said, like the boys Diabolical, I feel like it very much leaned itself to the more gorier side of anime, and they didn't shy away to show like how lethal these people are fighting and how detrimental heroes can be, like how the boys did. And it's really cool that they, I think like animation let them get a lot away with a lot more than obviously a series like The Boys, where it has to be grounded in reality because, you know, there's only so much you could do with special effects and things like that. Whereas animation, you can let whatever you draw go crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think that the style of animation that they're using really, again, like lets them lead into the gore, because it looks great the way they draw it, like the way they animate it. It looks amazing. Like the bright colors, mixed with like the detail when they're actually fighting each other. Like it's a really nice combination.
Yeah. So, as you said, you sitting down and watching episode 1 and feeling like, oh, this might not be for me. I always get that with people that watch Invincible until they see the end scene. Was that kind of what changed your perspective on the series as well?
Kind of, yeah. I was obviously when the first fight scene, I was like, there is so much going on here. I don't know who any of these people are. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I had a feeling it was based on like a comic book because I got like the inkling that like people who read the comics would know who these people are, so they'd be buzzing like to
Yeah.
see them like animated. I'm just sat there like, I don't know what's happening.
No, do you know what? Do you know what's even more funny? That's how the comic actually starts. You're literally just thrown into the Guardians of the Globe. You're thrown into all these heroes that you're like just meant to kind of in your mind be like, oh yeah, it makes sense in this world. There's going to be a bunch of heroes.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Like one of the things that gripped me to watch it was one of the voice actors because I was used to him. Obviously you got Jason there who plays Rex.
Yeah.
And is the voice of Jay from Big Mouth. Is the voice of it plays Adrian Pimento from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is my comfort show. So I suppose in a way, like hearing his voice kind of like settled me into it. Like, there's kind of like a familiar face or voice. That's what
that
got
was
me
the
into
same for me. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was very much the same for me because obviously Mark Grayson is voiced by the actor that plays Glenn in The Walking Dead. So I very much knew like the level of dialogue that guy can go, and Glenn was one of my favorite characters in Walking Dead. So I was like,
I didn't know that. That's
did you
that's
not
great.
know? Yeah. So it's
I've
Glenn
not
from
clocked that
Walking.
at all because he doesn't really. He doesn't. I didn't think he sounded like him. So that's crazy. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark's voice. I don't know if you saw the Netflix special that the guy did called Beef. Mark's voice is a lot more like his character in Beef, which was
I've heard of Beef.
It's Mark's voice is a lot more like that from the show, and it's really funny to like go that way. Also
Right.
JJ Simmons being Omni-Man, like I'm a massive JJ Simmons fan. Whiplash is one of my favorite films where he just beats an absolute ass to a person but brings out the best in him. And
He's
also
a lot of stuff as well. Like, a lot of stuff.
Of course, as well, the most iconic JJ Simmons we've ever had of being Get Me Pictures of Spider-Man. So seeing a more toned down JJ Simmons, just talking about how powerful he is and being a dad figure, I loved seeing that because also when he needed to shout and show the aggression and the power, you know he was just leaning back into that Spider-Man kind of mentality he had. And I loved seeing that come out throughout the show.
Yeah, I did as well. I quite like the murder mystery. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. There's gonna be spoilers in this podcast because I need to talk about it.
There are so many spoilers.
If you've not seen it, then I'm sorry. But like at the end of the episode 1, like if you're getting into that, what you were saying to me, like obviously I heard the voice that I was familiar with, but what happened at the end was like, what the hell has just happened? This like amazing guy, this like basically Clark Kent, Superman, has like called all of the heroes. Like, I thought there was gonna be like an emergency set up for the next episode. My guy just tears them all apart. Like it was crazy, dude. Like I could not believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, what the hell? Like he's just killing everybody.
So my favorite out of that whole scene was Red Rush in that moment where he clocked Omni-Man was flying with the punch before anyone else and he quickly moved them. So Omni-Man was like, okay, Red Rush is going to be the problem. Let me just catch him and just hold him in place because he can't do anything then. I was like, that showed how like murderous intent this like being actually is now because he logically sat and went, okay, threat analysis. Yeah, he's the one I need to stop first. Cool. Boom. Done. Now let me finish the rest. Look, he skipped a mortal And let's just put this out there. Immortal is arguably one of the strongest characters in Invincible in season 1 and season 2. And Omni-Man did not give a fuck. He was like, right, Red Rush is my problem because he is too fast and he is going to save anyone, or he could run away and wrap that on killing people.
He is so if there was two sides of the same coin, like obviously you got Omni-Man who is more powerful.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You froze for like 2 seconds. Don't know why, but you're fine now.
Okay, yeah. So you've got Omni-Man and like the Immortal who are like two sides of the same coin. Obviously, Omni-Man is more powerful, but like the Immortal is like another example of a guy who kind of reminds me of Superman mixed with like obviously looks like Wolverine, so that's the inspiration that they've got from him as well. I think it's great that them two like managed to like mix it up in a fight at the end of the first season. Hello.
I don't know what happened. Give me 2 moments. Technical difficulties have kicked in really bad out of nowhere. So
no, it's fine, dude.
I'm just going to refresh the page. So give me 2 moments.
Yeah. No worries. So while he's gone, I'm just gonna like say like there was a point in the first season where it all happened so quickly. You're back, so I'm just gonna like say it to you. There was a point in the first season where it happened so quickly that I was so surprised when Omni-Man managed to like get rid of all of the main superheroes that were on his side.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, so what happens now? Like, there's no one really to stop him.
Well, that's what I liked as well. Was like Cecil was like, oh, I'm gonna have to get this group of teenagers that still are learning their powers, still don't understand the grand scheme of things. They're the new Guardians of the Globe. Like, yeah, we're just gonna have to appoint them now. It's like, bro, you've picked a group of teenagers that aren't gonna do shiz, and it's really funny because like obviously in that like whole testing everyone, you had that muscle dude that tried to hit on Atom Eve, and Atom Eve absolutely just destroyed him. And it's like, funny enough, that's John Cena reference, by the way, if you didn't realize from how he's designed.
I did. Yeah.
It's a John Cena reference. He gets absolutely beaten down by Atom Eve, and yet Atom Eve's like, I don't even want to be in the Guardians of the Globe. Like, you just gave us all this extra power. I don't care for it.
So the vibe. Obviously, I'm a superhero guy. Like, I'll watch these shows. Like, so the first thing that I do is like once you've taken out the main people, I assess who is the most powerful to take.
Yeah.
Like, who's the most to take their place, or even like avenge them, or whatever you want to call it. And the only two people like I was thinking of was obviously you've got Mark, who isn't there yet, who's still training off his dad.
Yeah.
And Eve. I was like, Eve has got the capability to maybe stand a chance against Omni-Man.
There's one other person that could have as well, but like they don't know their full capacity because obviously the fear of using it, and that's Monster Girl. Monster Girl does have enough strength to go toe-to-toe with Viltrumites and stuff like that, but because of the aging situation she was having, because hers being the curse, that's why she was always becoming younger and younger, so it was always a worry, her using her powers. But obviously, spoiler territories, stuff gets involved in season 2 where they start working out a plan for Monster Girl, and they found out Monster Girl can go to a level height of a kaiju. Like the Monster Girl can, she can grow taller and expand more, but that means it would severely decrease Monster Girl's age. So they're trying to work out a way to stop that happening within season 2. And I think that's a really cool additional storyline they start adding in, because then you get Robot trying to find a way to make himself human and humanized himself, and then going through that whole trying to be there with Monster Girl and looking after her, and then their character development grows.
I would love to see a point where, I mean, I think it's probably going to come to a head with Monster Girl where she either finds a way to solve it or she ends up sacrificing herself at some point. Like, to the point where obviously she de-ages so much that she becomes nothing.
Yeah.
And I think that might happen. We don't always get happy endings. I mean, like obviously, I'm only like 2 episodes into season 3, so if it does happen, yeah. So
I was going to say, finishing season 3, storyline things will start revealing extra things with every character. So this is a fun one I wanted to go into. So I don't know if you would have realized this. In season 1, Rexplode had the most of the girls' attention throughout the whole team. Did you realize who Robot designed himself after?
Yeah, he designed himself after him because
he used some of his DNA because Monster Girl said he looked cute.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was a bit creepy. Like, I mean, I would have had the same reaction that Rex would have had. Like, as soon as I found out, he's like, "What? Wait, why are you a teenage version of me, dude? That's weird."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that was so odd." I was like, "Oh god," and I don't know. There's something about Robot, even as a human, that I'm just like, "Oh,
I don't know." So, as a comic book, as the comic book fan, and as I've watched all 3 seasons, I've never liked Robot, and I still won't like Robot. I just never have.
I think he's very manipulative.
Yeah, 100%. Like, Robot is that dude where he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to do the best I can for everyone," and it's like, I'm trying to work out the problem and solution. It's like, bro, you're openly telling your team how they're going to fail. Like, when they were fighting that alien race that constantly kept going through the portal, he was like, "Oh, we have like a 70% chance of winning this." Oh no, it's turned down to like 20%. It's like, dude, shut up. Like, that does not help anyone.
Do you know what, dude? Right, so I could forgive it when he was a robot, because obviously they're logical. But then when he was a human, like, you start getting all these feelings and stuff like that. You become human. And the way I would compare it to, I suppose, there's a character in like Doctor Who that happened to him. Like, he started to feel. I think it was one of the Daleks who started to feel like more human when he absorbed the DNA. And I was like, you know, you don't have to be a dick anymore, right?
Literally, it's like you have now developed emotions. You can now understand how humans feel. So, you know, the tone you speak, the dialogue you could speak, you don't have to speak statistics. You can hold back information that you know would upset someone. And he just never does that. And I just think it's one of the most ridiculous things Robot does throughout like all of season 1. He builds himself to be this human, and he is the most non-human human I have ever seen. Like,
yeah, I totally agree. I mean, you're obviously ahead of me. You've seen it, but I hope at some point in season 4, like, he has a bit more of a redemption arc, or like he starts to be less of a dick. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not sold on him yet. I think someone who's had a great, like, sort of like redemption arc is kind of Rex.
Oh,
like, he started out as a bit
100%.
Yeah, he started out as like your typical douchebag, and now like he's such a nice guy. Like, he actually does care about people, and he will stand up for people.
I was always on the Rex train. The only time I didn't like Rex is when he cheated on Atom Eve with Duplicate.
Yeah, how dare he do that? That's my girl, dude. Like, how dare you do that?
Bro, I was just like, how are you going to downgrade for one? Because,
yeah, right?
I'm sorry, Duplicate pissed me off. She's just the most bland character. It's like, cool, my ability is I can make multiple of myself. Yeah, cool. That's cool. You do you. But also at the same time, can you fix your freaking, like, I'm going to speak like this most of the show. Like, Duplicate just had that monotone.
Yeah.
And I
think that's what gets on my nerves about Robot as well, though, dude. Like, Robot never changes the tone of his voice either.
But that's the thing. With Robot, it makes sense because he never had to learn tone and dialogue.
Yeah.
Properly.
Yeah.
Because he was in a test tube, like, bathtub where he was just a brain for most of his life. Whereas Duplicate, you've had a damn normal life. Like, you are now in superheroes. You now get noticed all the time. Heck, you have an on-off thing with Immortal after Rex. Like, make it make sense that you're still acting like you're sad all the time.
Yeah, like, she is kind of like a bit of a pick-me girl.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, do you know what pissed me off, dude? Do you know what pissed me off? Like, oh god, it actually made me really not like her. Like, do you know? It got to the start of season 3 where Cecil. I mean, I know I'm jumping forward a little bit, but you
No,
know where
you're good.
Cecil like pretty much like tries to neutralize Mark.
Yeah.
And then the argument happens all afterwards, and like the picking sides of different heroes. And Kate tries to make it all about herself. Like just to say, I had it just as bad as you. I nearly died. And like Rex and Thingy were like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
We actually nearly died. I did
Yeah.
die. Like, you did a copy of yourself. There was nothing different.
Yeah,
It's
and
totally different.
that really annoyed me because it's like she literally went and escaped to like the winterness. And this is the thing, she was off for several months and let all the bad crap happen while Rex and what is her name? It's the shrink.
Amy.
I think yes, Amy, thank you. Yes.
Amy, yeah.
Yeah. The two of them. Like she did not visit them once while they were
Nope.
in the hospital. Like
Nope.
not at all. And she's just there like, oh, it was really hard for me too. How was it? You escaped.
How?
You escaped
exactly
being
how.
a
You were
hero.
racking up with Immortal. Like you were racking up with Immortal in his house and all that. So I was like, how is it bad for you? Like them two nearly died. Rex got pew-pewed in the
Shot
head.
in the head, literally. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, it's like nothing alike whatsoever. That annoyed me so much. I was like, I hate you, Kate, so much. Such a bitch.
So we can't really say season 3 obviously being your favorite season because you're only a few in it, but I feel like that will change and season 3 will be arguably probably your favorite season because of a lot of things that will happen. For me, season 2 is my favorite, but that's because I really loved the build-up of how season 2 kind of played out. Angstrom is one of my favorite villains in the Invincible universe because, as I explained to you, he is Kang the Conqueror done so much better.
Yeah, he is Kang. Yeah, he's literally Kang. Yeah.
Because he didn't take versions of himself and throw them into the world. He found versions of arguably the more superior hero, the dark versions of them, and went, right, you all hate kind of other versions of you. I'm just going to make an army of you. Let's do that. Like,
Yeah.
It's such an interesting concept where he's like, I'm going to make your life hell by finding all the worst dimensions to throw you into. And also the fact Angstrom gave me Spider-Man in the Invincible universe. Like, I'm not going to be mad.
That was funny. And Batman as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, cool.
Yeah.
You just throw him into Gotham. You throw him into Spider-Man. And like, I just love the scene. Like
that bit was very funny. I did like that bit.
He's like, dude, guy with the tentacles is the bad guy. Like, it's not me.
Yeah, it's Doc Ock.
Yeah. Like, obviously, they couldn't make the costume Spider-Man because copyright issues with Sony and Marvel, all of that. So that's why the costume is very significantly different. It looks like it looks like a variant of Spider-Man.
Yeah. And he says he's used to the multiverses by now, so it might actually be Spider-Man, but from a different multiverse.
Well, and that's what I loved was that they played into the you're part of the multiverse. I've already been there, done that. It's like cool. So somehow I want to see him involved in the next Into the Spider-Verse project.
That would be cool. Yeah, it would be awesome. Yeah,
tiny cameo would be sick. Like I genuinely would love that.
That would be nice. Just the Batman bit where he's like, so you're a man who dresses like a bat. Like, you couldn't get more creative than that. I'm just saying.
But that also makes me laugh because he goes on about that. Yet his favorite comic, canonically in the Invincible universe, is literally called Magic Dog.
Oh yeah. And that's why Alan. Not Alan. That's why one of the Fraxons show up like as his character. That was so funny that when he opened the door.
And it's like, come on, man! Like you're dogging on a guy for dressing up like a bat, and you're like, oh, you're a guy that dresses up like a bat, not creative, bro. Your favorite comic is Dogman. What do you?
Yes, yeah. I appreciated that. Like I had to think about that as I saw that scene. I was like, oh wait, that. Yeah, like he met Dogman. I was like, wait, Dogman, Batman. Yeah. I was like, you little hypocrite, Mark.
One of my favorite scenes from season 2 as well is when they're at the Comic-Con and was speaking to like the animator of the show, and
Yes.
they make that meta joke of being like, have you ever noticed when the camera pans away, we just make a camera angle and everyone's just stood still, but it looks like they're moving? Or
when
if
you
the
zoomed in and it's more detailed, and like the animators have a bit of fun with it. Yeah.
or it's like, or have you noticed when we can't be bothered to animate their mouth movement, we just cover their mouth like this, or make them look in an angle where you can't see their mouth?
Yes. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I love that. Little breaking the fourth wall references like that make me laugh.
it was just fun to have that because it was a nice like break of everything that was going on in season 2. Because season 2 introduced my most hated villain of all time in Invincible. Like, I genuinely hate her, which is Anessa.
Oh, you don't like Anessa?
I hate Anessa.
Okay. Why? Why do you hate them?
Okay, so this is slight spoilers for comic book stuff, but they stirred away from it. So in Viltrumite culture, when you would have to mate or procreate another Viltrumite, the species were seen as you had to fight for it to have that. And obviously when Anessa fought Mark in the animated show, they don't show anything, yeah?
Yeah.
You know the crater scene where Mark is on the ground and Anessa is stood above him and she says, "This is not the last time you'll see me"?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% worse in the comics.
But why? What happens?
She does the unthinkable because you, in the culture of Viltrumite, you fight and take what you want.
Oh, so does she? Yeah.
Yes.
Like, does she... Oh, yes. Wow. Okay, Jesus.
Yes. And she has a child from Mark because of it.
Oh my God. Right. Okay.
That Mark doesn't even know about. This is how fucked Anessa is. And the next time they cross paths, Omni-Man's there. Omni-Man didn't know anything, and Anessa just kind of flirts with Mark. And you, for a brief moment, see Omni-Man just snap, and he like swings, grabs her by the throat, and he looks at Mark dead in the face and be like, "Arlenda, tell me now," like. And that's
that's I like that. Yeah.
So I hope we kind of get like an angle of that story in the next couple of seasons. I don't want obviously what happened to Mark be shown, or that kind of dark side of the story, because it's not great. But I'd like to see at least that's played into a bit. Like, we know Anissa took advantage of Mark in a situation.
Okay, I didn't know that is pretty dark, actually.
Yeah. And this is what I was saying about how the comics have kind of switched up the timeline of events and stuff. So when Mark broke up with his what was her name? The previous girlfriend.
Abigail?
Yes.
Is her name Abigail? Is it Abigail?
I think it's something like that. It's something like that.
I always forget her name, dude. I always forget her name.
So after they break up, that's when Anissa does it. Not but that at the same time, that's when Mark is now with Eve as well. That's how kind of messed up it is. Like, in the show, it's like after Mark's first girlfriend and then breaking up, which happened ages before. But Anessa in this one did it while he was still with Adam Eve in the comics.
Right. Okay.
So there's there's so many extra layers to what goes on there, and it's crazy. Anessa has always been one of those characters I just don't like, because the way she is portrayed is like pure evil. Because what you also have to remember, she was leading the Viltrumites to go and attack Earth. Like, she was the first one monitoring it, and then she gets involved with the rest of the stuff going on. Because what we see at the end of season 2, with obviously Omni-Man being under arrest, Mark was given the preparation mission that Omni-Man didn't do.
Yeah.
That was because of Anissa.
Right.
She pushed for that to happen and stuff like that. There's extra like in-depth layers that I can't obviously talk about because in case it gets animated down the line, and things that happen at the end of season 3 that I don't want to spoil for you yet. But yeah, I just hate Anissa. Anissa hater gang. Like anyone that watches Invincible that's watching with us, we hate Anissa, and put that in the comments.
Fucking Anissa, yeah, fuck that bitch, yeah, no way. I don't like her either now. No.
But yeah, so as we were kind of like going through a couple of highlights of each season, we're gonna do this in a quick rapid fire way of 3 highlights of season 1.
Oh, 3 highlights is it right? I'm just gonna say like, it's the entire season, but like one like the highlight for me is like the whole murder mystery thing, like where we know who it is who did it, but it's like, you know, the different characters finding out. That's one of my highlights. Second highlight is the fight between Mark and Nolan at the end.
Yeah,
wow,
I thought you were gonna say that,
dude. So good. And low-key, the highlight of season 1, and it goes into season 2 a little bit, but low-key, like, some of my favorite characters in the show is the Maulers. I just think they're very funny. I just love them so much. Like they're so funny. Like, so much they don't know each other are clones or anything like that. Like, I just think it's really funny.
They're one of my favorite characters in Invincible, literally because they are geniuses, yet they can't figure out which one is the actual clone. It is the funniest dynamic in the series.
It's great.
Yeah, I love the Maulers as well. They're so good.
It's so funny. They're just disposable, funny, comedic relief characters.
Yeah, but they're also really strong and like.
Yeah, they're really strong and they're really clever. Yeah.
Yeah, because they help fix Robot up and everything, and they actually
Robot up, Angstrom as well. Like they're a part of that.
Yeah, they basically know how to make technology advancements. Like if they weren't villains, and Cecil like could get him on their side, he genuinely have like the I can't remember what they started calling the robots that he started making. You know the
the ones that that genius made. Like he's a dick.
where he started using like students' corpses, but then they started just using normal dead bodies and stuff now with it in the GDC or CD.
Sinclair, that's his name.
Sinclair, that's the one. Yeah. His robot. Like if
they call like Necro something.
Yes.
It's them. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like if the Maulers were involved in that, they'd be so much more technically advanced and like fixed a lot quicker and like
I'm kind of pulling for it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of pulling for them to turn babyface.
Yeah,
to use a wrestling term. I want to have a massive babyface turn.
It'd be really cool. But so for me, season 1 highlights. I really loved the dynamic of Mark finding out his powers and just trying to balance that. I really liked how the title cards showed it as well. That's a really a big thing in Invincible that I always think does really well is how they do the title card scenes. But yeah, Mark coming to his powers and slowly going from the make your own suit to then got a suit via his dad's help, his dad training him to then him and his dad having that fight. Just the character development of it, very much like Spider-Man, where it's like a selfless guy who just wants to do good in the world, gets thrown the worst situations possible.
Yeah.
My other highlight is genuinely Atom Eve. I think Atom Eve is one of the most coolest female characters in a long time. I liked how they built her. I liked her storylines and how real she was for just saying to Rex, like, well, fuck you, fuck this globe. Like, if that's how I'm going to be treated, like, I'm done. And went and did her own thing. I love that. And then, yeah, obviously the iconic end fight of season 1 of Think, Mark, Think, what will you have in 500 years? Is the coolest delivery from JJ Simmons I have heard in so long. It gets me every time because just hearing the blood-curdled of Mark just going, "I'll still have you, Dad." I'm like,
Yeah.
the level it took to just quickly do that, and Mark knew he hit Omni-Man with something there for him to shout, "Why do you make me do this?" and fly off crying. It's insane.
Yes.
What's also really
give a
cool,
shout out, by the way, to that fight where he throws Mark into Chicago, essentially. And
the train scene where he's just holding him. Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Because Mark's like trying to stop. He's like putting his hands out like as a defense mechanism, not realizing that's doing more damage because he's now got moving fucking bullet train like meteors. It's like, oh, savage.
Yeah, that bit was so inventive. Whoever created that scene, very inventive.
Oh, mate, they sat down and they were cooking there. They were like, "Yo, this could be fun."
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you anyway. Carry on.
No, not at all. So what I was going to say is, leading back to your murder mystery thing, the reason why Nolan actually murders everyone in the Guardians of the Globe is because once Mark got his powers, he remembered his original mission. Like, he got so used to and comfortable with Earth and Debbie, he forgot what Viltrumites were designed to do. It's as soon as Mark got his powers, it was like a switch for him to go, shit, I'm meant to be conquering this this planet. I'm meant to be making it my new Viltrum Empire. I can't do that with these Guardians of the Globe because they will try and stop me. So that's why he just offs them.
I think he was like ignorantly bliss as well. He was like, as long as Mark doesn't have his powers, like I can just stay here. But yeah. I don't think he really wanted to do it.
Yeah, that it did feel that way. And I think season 2 also explores that quite well because of the Fraxons and having, Omni-Man look at his son and be like, "It's been a while, son. After the fight with you, I realized how much I want to change things, how much I care for people."
Oh, dude, the end of season 2 as well, that final line that he dishes out and he goes, "I think I miss my wife." And then the season just ends. I'm like, character development.
That hits so hard, man. I was just like, Jesus, how are you going to make me spiral like this again? Because,
dude.
Debbie can't catch a fucking break, man.
I know. Oh, my God, I know. She's had it like one of the hardest, like, in the whole series.
I was going to say, greatest mom in comics took on a fucking son that wasn't hers. That's an alien. Dealt with Mark having, like, his now, dropped out of college, became a superhero full-time. And also now dating another superhero, and just like I'm now trying to balance a normal relationship, which is not with a superhero herself. It's just like, let her catch a fucking breath. But and also had her leg broken by Angstrom. Nearly the rest of her broken.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, that bit made me shudder when I. Oh God.
Oh, same. I genuinely had like an initial fear that like a baby Oliver was going to see just like Debbie snapped in multiple ways. I was like, please don't do that to me.
It was awful because he was crying, but like while her leg was broken, she was like shouting like, "I'm okay, I'm okay."
Yeah, literally. And I'm like, I was in like an existential panic because it's like that is such like a way to stand yourself down in the sense of
humanizes the characters.
Yeah,
literally.
The fact
because that's probably what would be happening in a real situation.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. It like literally, it doesn't put it on this unrealistic expectation. Morally, Debbie knew she's trying to keep Oliver as safe as possibly can because this is the other thing. In my mind, I read that as, oh shit, Debbie might be thinking the worst could happen with Oliver crying if he goes into an anger in a state of panic. He could go into a bloodlust rage and attack Angstrom as well. So she's trying to like calm it in general. Yeah, like didn't even care that she might die. She's like, I've got to stop Oliver.
My guy just turned into like a fucking Jack from Incredibles with a
which in realisticness, that was a high possibility. Like like man could have just gone for it. But
you're right.
Yeah. So we'll do the same. Like 3 highlights of season 2.
Highlights season 2. The beginning of the redemption arc of Nolan. I like that. I like the fact that he didn't just turn out to be just a dick for the sake of being a dick. I really like that. I quite like the escalation in fights as well as we go through season 2. Like we begin to start to test Mark and his abilities and the rest of the team as well. And the third one is the expansion of the universe.
Yeah.
Because we'd been to Mars, I believe, in like season 1, right? But now we're going to like different planets, and we know what the Viltrumites are, we know what the Fraxons are, we know what the what are they called? You know, the planets that are like the Defense League. That Alan
the
works for.
coalition of planets. Yeah, I know the one you're on about.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the one that Alan's. Shout out to Alan, by the way, absolute gem. He's like
Seth Rogen voice acting it is like the perfect choice. I love Alan so much. He's so
my guy becomes even more powerful because he got ripped apart by like the Viltrumite, and now he's just the guy's like the most casual beast in the world. Yeah. He gets hit by that Anessa. He gets hit by Anessa, and he was like, that hurt a lot less than last time. And then he fucking absolutely smashes her in the face.
Yeah, no, I love that where it's like he got the power buff again and he's like going toe to toe with Viltrumites now, and it's like this still hurts like shit, but like man's actually like fighting back against them now. I'm like, yo, this is
what I loved about it is like he's obviously like been trained, like because we saw like the little montage of when he was younger. He got trained in like all different like fighting forms, like how to fight Viltrumites and stuff like that. And he became one of the best like fighters. So we saw that Viltrumites know how to like use their power to destroy and stuff like that. But when they go up against like an actual fighter, like Anessa was like missing, like and whenever she like went to hit him and like punch him, and he was just dodging because he was actually a good fighter before he got this power buff upgrade. So that's what makes him more powerful. Like he can actually fight at the same time as now having like a power buff.
Yeah, and
that's what makes him dangerous.
Yeah, and he was he was one of the most interesting as well, because it's like he genuinely just wants to fix all the planets. He's not being a dick, and he's like he sat with Mark and was like, yeah, we're friends now. I was like, this is cool. Like I like a character just being like, look, let's just be friends.
Like, take a seat. Yeah, and then they start sit on the fucking ozone layer.
Yeah, and then obviously we've had the character arc slowly building of him trying to save Omni-Man now as well in the prison.
Yeah.
I loved that as well. I think it's really cool. So
I thought it was funny where the Immortal came up to fight Alan, and then like Invincible was there like he's my friend. He's my friend, Immortal. He's my friend, and he's like, "Yeah, dude. He can't hear you. Like, I have like a thing that like I can talk to you because of this thing that I have in my head. He can't hear a word. He can't hear a word you're saying." And he's like, "Well, tell him that you're my friend." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's gonna work. You're gonna believe that, innit?"
Yeah. Oh no, I genuinely love how like actual realistic that was as well. Because he's like, "Yo, tell him we're good," and it's like, I mean, I could, but
space.
it's space, and is he gonna believe that? I don't think so. It's so great. But yeah, so what would be your third and final like highlight of season 2 then?
Oh, that's a good one. I think the fact that not everything is black and white in this show, and you really start to see that in season 2, and obviously like you get some like storylines that like kind of like the seeds were planted in season 1 kind of develop in season 2, like Angstrom like at the start of season 2 like kind of is a guy, and then you kind of forget about him, and all of a sudden he like returns. You got the whole Martian the parasites coming in season 2 that was introduced in like season 1. I thought that was really cool that they brought that back. I like the fact that there's actually one in Shapesmith now, and no one knows. And I'm like, shit.
I like the fact of Shapesmith became Shapesmith because of that. Like it is one, and like everyone's just like, oh no, it's just a human that has like stretchy powers. It's like, No.
No, he's not that my guy. You might want to do experiments on him and find out. But yeah, I think like not everything is like black and white. I mean, you start to see more in the episode 1 of season 3, but you start to see the breakdown of people like Cecil in season 2. The fact that good guys can do bad shit, like, or bad guys can do good shit, like the Maulers. Like they can do good shit sometimes when they want to. Like, but bad guys, like, because Immortal's kind of a douchebag, dude. Like he's
hate him.
he's such a douche. Like, especially to Rex and to Mark. And it's like
100%. He like undermines them. Like I understand him being pissed at Mark because it's like you still get to walk this earth, and your father killed me once. Like, bro, we get.
But keyword, isn't it? Keyword, your father. It's not him.
Yeah, exactly. You're blaming it, like he's blaming it on Mark and being like shitty to Mark, where it's like Mark is not his dad.
He pisses me off. Sometimes I think he's cool because, like obviously, he reminds me of Wolverine, and Wolverine is a moody guy, and I like that. But on other points where, let's be honest, like he was kind of a dick for like sleeping with Kate. Like her and Rex were like kind of seeing each other. And then, granted, like Rex was like a bit more of a dick back then, but they still were seeing each other. But then for some reason, like Kate like uses like bad behavior as an excuse to do whatever she wants, and Immortal's like, yep, that's okay. But at the same time, I'm gonna call out everyone else's bad behavior apart from the girl that I fancy. It's like you're such a hypocrite. When Rex was like, I'd rather do anything than stay in a room with a hypocrite like you, I was like, yes, Rex, yes.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest, Jason.
I loved that Rex defended his like viewpoints and backed Invincible. Because I was like, if Adam Eve was in the room, she like Adam Eve in the room, she would have agreed. Like so many other heroes would have been like, yeah, nah, fuck this, y'all back in Cecil now, we out. Like,
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like I was surprised that Samson backed Cecil, like, but at the same time, I get what he said. He was like, what he did was wrong, but I can do more to change the system from the inside. And I was like, I get it. I get that.
And also, I feel like Samson has what is it called? It's like guilt because he got saved. It's like
loyalty. It's like he's loyalty in it. Like it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome loyalty.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he's got like the a mission of guilt. That's what I was trying to. He's got a mission of guilt because he had to admit to gain his powers back via Cecil and Cecil helping him. So Samson wouldn't be even.
It feels like he owes him something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like if Samson wouldn't be in the position, wouldn't be able to do the changes if Cecil didn't help him get his powers back to begin with.
He's kind of like the Captain America of that like he's very moralistic. Yeah.
So a lot of our season 2s are quite the same. So for me, like my 3 highlights of season 2 was the everything is not so black and white anymore. Like the dynamics very much changing. As I said, the whole Anessa coming involved and showing the disaster that Viltrumites could actually do, and threatening Mark's girlfriend at the time directly in front of him just to get in his head, showed the complexity of, even though you're a hero and you can save people, you can't save everyone. And I really liked that, especially because it came off one of my all-time favorite scenes, which was just 20 minutes of a song playing and beautiful animation of them flying around, visiting all these different countries and stuff. I'm like, that
was cool.
And it's one of my favorite songs. Like genuinely, I listen to that song so many times now, and it's just a great song. Like shout out to David, who's the artist, D4VD. He's amazing. He did a song for Arcane, which is the League of Legends TV series as well.
Oh, okay.
He's just great. He's just a great musician anyway. But yeah, like I think that was a really cool thing of showing the dynamic, how things quickly change in the series. For me, it was another highlight is Battle Beast. Just I love
Yeah.
Battle Beast. I think Battle Beast is such an interesting character of just I want to find the best warriors in the universe and just fight them. I'm like, that's sick.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
such an easy character development of I could look like a good guy, but I'm also a bad guy. Like,
I like that.
yeah, Battle Beast is sick, and also Titan. Titan is another highlight for me. I like the mob boss kind of Luke Cage vibe that Titan had, where he fixes from the ground up. Like he takes back over the streets with his gang and his gets rid of like Robot Head or Metal Head. I can't remember what it is. It's like
Oh, Machine Head.
Machine Head, that's his name.
Yeah.
Where he does over Machine Head and then Titan becomes the mob boss. I really like Titan for that whole dynamic. I thought
Do we see more of him eventually? Because he was an interesting character.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do see a lot more of him. Season 3 and potentially season 4 and 5. I won't say any more on that.
Good. Because I really like him and I miss him.
Yeah, Titan for me is such a really cool character. As I said, he gives me very much Luke Cage vibes, but I like the fact of you see like the stone like grow out of him, like come over like a set of armor. I'm like, that's a really cool like animation technique they've done.
It definitely gave me Luke Cage vibes, and like obviously apart from the whole machine bit, like the Machine Head was definitely like Cottonmouth or Diamondback.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally. And I love that how that was very much wrote into the season, because then you also had like the Chinese like I can't even remember what the triads. Yeah, they had like a triads group involved with them as well. So I was like, cool. This just gives me major Daredevil with Kingpin vibes, messing around with everyone. I'm here for all of this.
God damn it! I still need to watch that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, once all of season 1 of Daredevil Born Again is done and we've both watched it, that is definitely on the list of pop culture episodes.
Oh, you know,
because come on, it's Daredevil. Like,
yeah.
The easiest thing for me to ever say, it's Daredevil. You know, it's in my top 10 comics of all time.
Great Daredevil.
I love Daredevil. So I'm going to ask for season 3, but I know you're only a couple of episodes in. But would you say you have 3 highlights of season 3?
I don't know about 3 yet. What I will say is the whole Cecil thing at the moment. Because I've really liked Cecil. He's been one of my favorite characters throughout the series.
That's good. Okay, I respect the Cecil pick.
Yeah, he's been one of my favorite characters. Definitely, he reminds me of oh my god, what is his name? His name just flew out my head. Oh my god, who does Samuel Jackson play?
Oh, Nick Fury. It's a
Nick Fury. Yeah. Gives me Nick Fury vibes. I love the bit in the fight with Nolan and Mark where Nolan kept flying at him and he just kept disappearing and like reappearing, like try to like calm him down.
Yeah. For me, Cecil gives me more a Commissioner Gordon vibe to Nick Fury as well. Like a more.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good little. But yeah.
Yeah, he tries to put a lot more law and like actual politic reasons behind what he's doing, not just I control superheroes so I can control the outcome of villains. Like Cecil tries to also put the system behind it and like the government's reasoning behind what they're doing.
I can appreciate that. So yeah, that one of my highlights of season 3 is, like I said, like his agenda, his goal. His goal is always to protect the planet, and you see that like kind of now coming at all costs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think he's very quick to jump the gun because he's on edge a little bit about Nolan, and I think he's very jumpy about Mark, thinking that he's going to become Nolan, and that's why he was so quick to kind of alienate Mark now from the government, because that wasn't necessary. Like Mark,
it really wasn't. Yeah.
All he had to do was answer a couple of questions that Mark was like, "Why the fuck are you still working with it? What was his name? Is it Darkwing?"
Darkwing. Well, it's the new version of Darkwing, so that person was a previous criminal.
Yeah. And why are you working with Sinclair still? Like, he could have sat him down and had a conversation, and he was like, "Because I am need to know basis." It's like Mark was like, "No, that's not good enough."
Yeah,
just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm liking that. I also really like the fact that like Mark was the outsider in season 1, and now he's got like people like backing him up, especially Rex. So obviously, like I say, I've loved his arc, Rex, and now Rex is like firmly on Mark's side.
Yeah,
and he's standing up for like people, like for the little people. Like I like Rex. Like
I like
that
that.
whole scene. That whole
Yeah,
scene when he was shot in like in the back of the head, I was like, oh, that's such an epic scene. And if that how his character ended, that would have been I would have been fine with it because he was standing up. He was like the last man standing, like for his whole team, and it was just beautiful. It was epic.
I love that Rex also gave like permission to Mark. It's like, dude, stop being a fucking idiot. Like, ask her. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
fact that they had that bromance like talk of just like, bro, it me and Adam Eve are done. Like, she likes you. It's fine. Like, there's no problem. You should talk to her.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, thank you, Rex.
Yeah, it's proper maturity. He's proper matured. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, exactly. Like he actually like wised up and stuff.
Yeah, for real.
So my 3, I'm going to just say names. I can't really explain much because obviously spoilers for 2 of them. So one is Rex. Rex is just incredible this whole season, start to end. I love the character dynamic of how he's changed. The fact of he's very much maturing, having kind of a coming of age as well, like kind of realizing, oh, I can't be a teenage jock forever. And I like how he kind of just played on the, well, I did get my head shot, so maybe that just rewired my brain. Like he still had the comedic laugh about the, I nearly died, but you know.
Exactly, like he said, like it took getting shot in the head to like, well, you shouldn't have taken me getting shot in the head to realize like how much of a dick I was being.
Yeah. But I liked that. The other one is a person called Tech Jacket. I can't say much else because you haven't seen them yet.
Okay.
I love Tech Jacket. Tech Jacket is in the same universe as Invincible and has its own comic series. And
it's like a crossover.
It's heavily linked to Invincible because they are involved in one of the bigger Invincible story arcs in the comics. So it was great to see them have a cameo. And once you see them, we can definitely get into that more. And then the last one, I'm just going to say their name. I'm not going to say what they are, what happens, anything like that. I'm just going to say Conquest. For the people who have seen and finished season 3, they'll understand why I say Conquest is a highlight for me. So
okay. Sick. Well, you left me on a cliff's edge there, dude. Like, I want to see it now.
Yeah, like, bro, when you finally hit that, oh my god, that is going to change a lot for you. You are gonna hit some different vibes. This is what's really fun because you're at like the halfway point of season 3. So like we could always do a follow-up of you finishing season 3 and you could talk in depth after what's happened as well, like a follow-up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm up for that. Yeah, definitely.
Because there is so much that happens in season 3.
Yeah, because there'll be a load of things as well that I would have finished by the time, because I'm watching a lot of things. I mean, I'm obviously going to start Daredevil. I want to start. Well, I've already started Dexter Original Sin, so I kind of want to touch on that at some point.
We will definitely be doing a Dexter episode in the future. If you guys are in the Discords that we're in, if you guys follow my socials, I am an avid Dexter fan. I've talked about it in length. I literally posted as soon as Original Sin's trailer dropped. And then we got Resurrection announced as well. Like, yeah.
I freaking love Dexter, dude. Like, Dexter, I rewatched Dexter last year. And I watched it when it first came out back in the day. And I love Dexter so much. So good, especially the first 4 seasons. Amazing. Unbelievable.
I watched all of season 1 because I used to have like the very early version of Now TV. So where it's as soon as the show came out, they would, if you were paying the subscription, you could have the whole season.
Oh, okay. Wow, okay, that's pretty mad. That,
yeah. So it was like because it was already out in America and then UK had it like a couple of months after, like it was weird. Basically all of season 1 was out on like Now TV, so I just binged the whole thing. And then as soon as I finished season 1, they were still making season 2. So it's like, okay, cool. I bought every single Dexter book. Like I put them on birthday lists, Christmas lists, bought them with whatever money I had because I wanted to carry on just the story. I even own Marvel Dexter comics, which was a rare printing Marvel did. They did like 12 Dexter comic issues. I have the first 3.
Oh, I bet they're worth a bit of money now.
If I find them out of my storage, because they are currently in storage at my nan's in like actual like proper comic protector sleeves. Yeah, I'll have to send a photo to you and show them you because like yeah, they are like one of my pride and joy comics I have.
Yes. Yeah.
If I remember, it's like yeah, they are wrote by Jeffrey Lindsay as well. They're actually wrote by the Dexter's book writer.
Oh, so they are in like kind of the universe then?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's basically a retelling of like the show, but with Jeff's style of writing, which is really cool, and the art is sick. Like the art is really good in the book.
Yeah, so I want to talk about that. Obviously, in the wider scheme of things, I'm also watching Power, Raising Kanan. Really good show that's out at the minute. If anyone watches Power, you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Unique. He's back from the dead, baby. What else? Oh, Star Wars Celebration coming up soon.
Yeah, hopefully we get some cool follow-up announcements, especially like the whole rumored Rey Skywalker movie, and obviously Thrawn. If we get Heir to Thrawn.
I think we're gonna get. I think we're getting Ahsoka season 2 announced.
We're also,
Andor obviously season coming out this year. Looking forward to that a lot. And then also, dude, I don't know if you want to look out for this because you might want to go see it. The 20th anniversary is for Revenge of the Sith is out.
Yeah, me and a few work friends were talking about potentially going to the cinema and rewatching it again.
Yeah, dude, I would well want to go see that in like 4DX or something. It'd be amazing.
Exactly. That's what we were saying. We were like trying to see if like any of them are doing like a 4DX or like a proper enhanced cinema experience for us to go do it. Because we were like, yeah, that'd just be sick to go do.
Yeah, I would love that. I've got a question for you in terms of Invincible, by the way.
Let's go.
Who are your top 3 characters?
Oh, okay. So this is really funny. So obviously one is going to be Invincible himself, because there are so many different things that Invincible goes through, the different versions of Invincible. I really like the character story arc. Battle Beast is my second. As I said, I think it is the most easiest storyline to ever write for Battle Beast of just, I want to be the best in the world. And they made him so badass looking. And then third for me, it like good days and bad days, it's a toss up between Atom Eve and Alan, but it usually Atom Eve. Okay. Especially like at the moment, Atom Eve, but like later in the comic issues, Alan gets a lot cooler, where Atom Eve kind of doesn't. But that's a problem with Image Comics. They sometimes write really, really awesome women characters and then fumble them for a couple of months and then fix them again. And it's like, make it make sense.
Yeah. No, I get that. Just while we're talking about Atom Eve, I have a couple of issues with her powers, right?
Yeah.
So she's called Atom Eve. She can literally manipulate atoms, right?
Yes.
I have seen several people bleed out around her to death.
She can't with living organisms. It was explained.
Was it?
Yes. So she was an experiment in the womb. Her abilities were placed onto her as a child, and they put limitation blockers on her, so she cannot manipulate living matter. The only time she can manipulate living matter is if she is close to death. It's explained in the Atom Eve special. If she gets really badly traumatically affected, that's when she has like no limitation blocker, so she can manipulate matter of a human and stuff like that.
Can she manipulate like trees and stuff? Then because
yes,
like she did that forest thing, didn't she? Yeah.
Hence why she built the treehouse and stuff. So like, because it's technically an object, yes, it has living, breathing parts, but because it's not pure like human matter, it can be affected.
Right. Okay. Because I was gonna say like I had certain issues with like powers like because I didn't know that and I was like there's people bleeding out around you. Can you not just like it's kind of like that power from Gen V, Marie Rose, where she can
Oh yeah.
manipulate blood and put it back in the body. I was like, Eve, can you not do that? But if as long as it's explaining, that's fine. I understand it then.
Yeah. It's explained like fully in depth with it that they've done.
Okay.
Like I highly recommend watching the Atom Eve special because that's where it explains a lot of her like firstly her origin powers and then what the limitations and stuff are.
I probably will, to be honest, because like she's one of my favorite characters. Like my top three. I mean, two honorable mentions. If this was a top five, then my two honorable mentions would probably be Alan and Rex.
Yeah.
But my top three characters are probably in order. I'd probably say Invincible.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much that goes into him. Cecil and Atom Eve.
That's valid. I could see all three of those being like strong ones. Cecil's great. Like I think Cecil is a very underrated character in the series as well.
There's a lot of depth to him. There's so much depth to him.
So speaking favorites, favorite fight of all time.
Season 1, Mark versus Nolan, dude. Like Invincible versus
Valid.
Yeah, dude. There's been a lot of great fights, but that's peak right there, dude. You got everything that you need for a good fight there. You got like, as Gorilla Monsoon once said, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. You've got father versus son. You've got emotion in that fight. You've got like a mad reveal at the start of it. You got like dialogue during the fight while like when Nolan says that your mum was just more like a pet to me. You got
that
Invincible,
messed me up, bro. Like
I know, and she was listening to all of it.
Yeah, the fact he was like, yeah, I love that, but like in the sense of like loving like a pet, I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, you've got the resurrection of Immortal during that fight, and he's just absolutely rages and flies at Nolan. You just got the whole dialogue between Nolan and Cecil. That fight was about 25-30 minutes long, and all of it was amazing. There's bits where like the jets come after Nolan and they fire the missiles at him. Like Mark catches one of the pilots, drops him on the floor, only to have his head like squashed by Omni-Man. Dude, all of it was just like amazing fight.
I love the fact as well, like there were camera footage where you literally just see Omni-Man just look at Immortal and just go bang, dead. Like quick as fuck. It was like, dude,
the bit where he fucking flies into space and flies straight through the weapon that's trying to kill him. Wow.
It was so sick. Yeah. That's valid. I 100% understand picking that as your favorite fight. So, my favorite fight, Guardians of the Globe vs. Battle Beast, where Battle Beast just beat the living fuck out of every single one of them there.
I mean, that's a valid choice, like you say. Like, I mean, obviously he's one of your favorite characters, so
it's not even just that. It's the factor of it's not a Viltrumite. It's not anyone unique. It's just a geezer that came and said, "I'm ready to fight people." Rocked up, came what he said to do, beat 10 bows of fuck out of Mark, left him to live, and was like, "We'll continue our fight another time because you actually did some damage to me."
Yeah.
Like, how sick that was. And like Battle Beast nearly took out like everyone majorly. If I remember correctly, like he beat Monster Girl out of her monster form. Like he punched her that hard, I think.
I think I do remember that actually, yeah.
Like Battle Beast just badass. Like for me, that was just hard like that. If not, I like non-spoilers, like I'd say obviously the Conquest fight. You'll see what happens. Because Yeah, bro, Conquest fight, one of the top tier best fights in all of the Invincible series. But like for me, Battle Beast vs. Guardians of the Globe, all of them, I fucked with that fight so much. I just thought it was
That
really
one was
cool.
good as well, though. The when they're on the Martian ship.
Yeah, I did like that
Yeah.
one too. Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty dope. That was cool. Yeah, there has been quite a few. The one that this one was just badass. The one where Mark was just like having real troubles with this kaiju, and then Anessa just flies pretty much
yeah,
through it and
yeah.
just kills it immediately. And she was like,
Well,
"Yeah, there you go."
well, that kaiju actually really badly hurt a Viltrumite. Apparently, like Cecil purposely picked it because it had the abilities to kill a Viltrumite.
All right, okay.
But yeah, Nesta was
Apparently,
just like,
apparently not hurt that Viltrumite.
yeah, exactly.
So is Anessa stronger than Omni-Man?
Yes, Anessa is, well, I'd say she's on par with Omni-Man out of all the characters. The kind of only stronger ones is Conquest is considered, and then you've got another one called Thrawn that's been spoken about, but we haven't seen Thrawn. But apparently Thrawn is like considered the strongest Viltrumite.
Okay, because I get the vibe that General Krieg is pretty powerful as well.
Yeah, Krieg is a really strong one too. Yeah,
yeah, because I get the vibe he's like this universe is like General Zod.
Yeah,
but
also Mark is technically stronger than Omni-Man.
He's getting stronger now. Yeah, he's getting stronger, like due to the stats and everything that was getting read out. Like he's on par with the Nessa now. Apparently, that he could beat her. Yeah.
So that's going to be very interesting to see where that goes. So the last question I had for you: what would you say your favorite arc has been?
Oof. See, there's three that come to mind. So I'm gonna have to narrow this down. I'm not going to choose Omni-Man's yet because I've personally not seen the ending of it.
Yeah, you got to finish that.
Yeah, but I'm liking where it's going, like the redemption. I think he needs to redeem himself in like the eyes of obviously his wife and etc. Marx has been very good. Gone from like a bit of a childish, I've got powers now, I want to be like my dad, to I'm responsible for the world and I want to protect the world. That might be my favorite arc, but I love Rex's arc, dude. It's so hard not to choose Rex's arc.
I knew that was coming. Yeah,
it's so hard not to pick his because he started out as just a douchebag. Like an absolute douchebag, and now he is so just like he stands up for the little guy. Like he has morals. He has like done a lot of like work on himself.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to choose Rex. I'm gonna have to choose Rex's arc.
Valid.
Yeah, because I think the fact that out of all the characters, I think he's changed the most and grown the most.
Yeah,
definitely. These people who have just stayed the same, like Immortal, still a dick. Robot, still annoying. Kate, still a bitch. I mean, Eve didn't really need an arc. I mean, she kind of had one by like breaking out from her parents and going doing what she wanted. But she hasn't really changed that much. I am happy that my prediction has come true. That them and her and Mark are actually seeing each other now. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it.
That made me laugh so much when you were like, "Oh, I finally got to season 2, and I'm still hoping and pulling through for a Mark and Adam Eve." And there's me just sitting after already finished season 3. I'm like, "Oh boy, I can't say anything yet."
I have watched so many teen dramas at this point. Like, I love the Vampire Diaries, like Teen Wolf, the fucking originals. I'm a teen drama guy, right? I don't give a shit. I'll say it. I know chemistry when I see it.
Yeah.
Mark and the other girl had no chemistry, none of it. Him and Adam Eve, the first time they appeared on screen together, we might as well be in a science lab, mate, because they had chemistry right there.
Yeah, fact.
I knew it was going to happen. Knew it.
So my favorite actual like arc so far has been actually Alan's.
Alan, oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I always liked the whole kind of dumb, happy-go-lucky sunshine character being thrown such a curveball of a mission, and he's just trying to do the best for everyone. Yet he's also a super strong badass. So
Yeah.
his has been really fun, especially with the like him trying to talk to his girlfriend when they were on that ship and like they were having the food, and it's like, you eat that, and then it's like the freaking then like Viltra might come and invade him, and he's like gets beat like 10 bells of shit, and he's still good. Like 2 days after, I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah.
Like for me, Alan's arc has been one of the coolest. But I also really like Angstrom as a villain arc. Like that would be my second favorite because for once they've finally used multiverse with a villain where it's not I'm going to make multi-versions of myself be the better option. He's like, no, I'm going to find all the multiverse versions of the person that did me wrong, and I'm going to screw them over. I think that's such a better way of writing multiverses.
I do like him. Yeah. I like him a lot.
So yeah, I think that one's like arguably one of the really cool arcs throughout all of Invincible. And I'm just glad we've got to sit down and talk Invincible because like I could talk your ear off of it, and I could recommend you the comics after as well because like so good.
I am enjoying it. Have they announced like a season 4? Like did they know
already
coming out?
It literally as season 3's last episode came out, they put out a tweet saying, hey, by the way, Amazon have already greenlit us for a 4th season. See you soon.
Nice. What do we know when that's coming out? Or
no idea yet.
Okay. Probably 2026.
I think it'll be like a 2026, hopefully.
Okay. That's okay. I can live with that. It's not that far away.
Exactly. Like we've just had the new season. Like I'm fine with like not having it within the same year. Give it a year to develop it and make a really good season, and not like hinder the artwork just to push it out.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true. Actually, yeah. I don't like it when like TV shows that are based on books kind of get ahead of the books because I think that's sometimes when they start to fall off the rails a little bit.
Well, that's what happened with Dexter. All of season 1 was close to the original book, and then season 2, season 3, they didn't follow any of the books. They wrote their own storyline narratives with kind of Jeff Lindsay kind of being like, well, this is the story angle I'm going with, so you can interpret that and do your own thing.
Yeah,
but Dexter did it good.
Dexter did it good up until season 5, and then
we don't talk about season 5.
Yeah, I thought season 5 was a bit rubbish. Season 2 was great. The Bay Harbor Butcher, amazing.
Yeah.
Season 3 was great with Jimmy Smits as Miguel. So good. Season 4, probably the best season with the Trinity Killer.
Oh, you're going to say Trinity. Yeah, okay, that makes sense why you would say 4's the best.
And with the dude Trinity.
I still genuinely think season 1 is the perfect season. I think it's absolutely cinema. I love the fact of it was Dexter's brother all along. And
dude. Like honestly, like I completely understand why you would pick season 2. Season 1. Sorry. Yeah, like without a shadow of a doubt. I just think like I only watched it a couple of months ago and I can't even frigging remember what happened in like season 6 and like, I can't remember.
Deb finds out. Deb walks in on Dexter trying to kill someone in a church. Then they.
That's a good one. That's a good season. The 2 religious guys, and it turns out to just be one who's having hallucinations.
Yep, and then obviously they trick LaGuerta as well. Deb shoots LaGuerta because she notices and finds out and basically gets her to pick, and obviously Deb picks her brother. Then Deb dies. So yeah, that's how the series ends with the freaking boat scene.
I hate that scene. I hate the end.
As a lumberjack. Yeah.
At the end. I'm so glad there was more. Like, you know, like the seasons afterwards.
Yeah. Cold Blood.
God.
lot.
God damn it! Like the ending of the original Dexter was awful. It's so bad.
But if you guys are interested in us giving the full deep dive of Dexter and talking about Dexter because of original Sin coming out, we would love to see you guys talk about that. So let us know if you want to see that episode. And with that, Reese, do you want to wrap us up?
Yeah, man, of course. Well, thanks for joining us, deep diving into Invincible, a show that I got forced to watch but ended up loving it. It's been absolutely amazing to talk about it with Ross. Hopefully, I can heed his warning and maybe watch more shows that he recommends in the future. We will be we're probably doing like another pop culture episode, maybe in April or May. So stay tuned for that because we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Obviously, I need to finish Invincible. Star Wars Celebration is coming up. Obviously, we just mentioned Dexter. There's a hell of a lot of cool stuff, including stuff from like Gen V coming out this year.
Gen V, yes, that is
yeah,
out this year.
It is indeed. So it's going to be interesting to talk about that possibly. But if you like this video, maybe hit the thumbs up button, click the bell so you never miss another video, and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. You can go follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at Outcasted OC if you want to see any more of the clips from the podcast or you just want to catch up on old episodes. But for now, guys, have a great Thursday. Congratulations to Courtney because it's your wedding day.
Congrats, Courtney. Happy wedding.
Hell yeah. Have the best day of your life and peace out.
Peace.